Okay, so what I want to do is I want to really have a conversation about numbers and about booking. And, we really do know that if you consistently do two group appointments, beauty experiences a week, the numbers are all there. You can add about $40,000 to $50,000 worth of income a year to your family income. But the key is to book those, because booking is the lifeline of our business, and usually booking is what stumps us. I mean, we get like in this whole funk about booking, and it gets into our head, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it gets into our head.
it does.
And so I want to start this conversation about booking, basically about talking about you have what people want. They don't know that you have what they want. And that's what our job is, really, is just to educate them that we have what they're looking for. Why do we know that it's what they want? Is because because day spas are popping up in every like housing area, neighborhood. I see that in Omaha. I see that in Lincoln. So number one, we know that they're searching out beauty treatments. Hi, Jen. I know you're getting on. Um, so we know that they're searching out beauty treatments. We know that skincare is a big thing because every star, every person around, every dermatologist is putting out some type of skincare
Yeah.
versus working with care diseases, because they can make more money in skincare than skincare diseases. So we know that people want what we have. We know that because right now this industry is booming. So we know that. But like I said, what we have to do is get them to know that they want what we have, Mary Kay has. Now, we also know that they want, that some of the things, the reasons why we need to let them know that they have that we have what they want is, number one, it's American made product. Very few cosmetics, skincare lines are American made. And just to know that Mary Kay is devoting millions and millions of dollars to a facility here in the United States, manufacturing here in the United States, where other companies are not. Are you there, Jen? We just lost you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm having trouble here.
Oh, no problem. Do you know how long it took me to figure out this Zoom thing, Jen?
I have to redo it every time I get on. I can't remember for some reason.
I know. But so we have one of the very few American-made products. We also have one of the very few products that from conception to delivery, Mary Kay has their hands on. Now, why is this important, and why I need to tell you guys this is because recently there has been in the press so much information given us. Some major retail outlets have been accused, management has now turned them in, that they've been accused to repackaging used product, returned product, putting it back on the shelves. So when your customers are saying, well, I'm just going and stopping into blank to pick it up, they don't know what they don't know what they're getting. The second thing is one of the major distribution centers where product has come in from overseas in California has just been raided, and the FDA tested these products, and they're full of things we don't want to put on our face.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has to do with the way the manufacturing companies, the way that they're and where they're manufactured and where they're stored and how they're transported and all of that. And one of the things that you can be really excited about, that you can offer your clients, is an American-made product that's created in a clean environment that has an open door policy to the FDA that they can walk in at any time. I mean, sometime when you're down in Dallas, you need to go visit the Mary Kay facility because you can eat off the floor. I mean, it is that clean. And just to know that that product is going from Mary Kay to you, you're caring for that product, and then to the client. That's something that no one else, there isn't anyone else that can offer that to them. And so you should feel very excited. So that's why I want you to get over some of your buggy boos about booking. So number one, we know that they want what we have. We just have to get them to know that we have what they want. Okay. But that starts in our heads. First of all, we can't let, when they say, oh, I'm going to run to X store and pick it up or whatever, we can't let that get in our heads. We've got to know we have the best. The other thing that we have to realize is we do devote more money to research than any other company in the world per item. That is exciting for you to know that you have that to offer them, that our products are tested to work with each other, and there isn't another cosmetic company in the world that tests to make sure that their products interchange and are pH balanced to work together. That's amazing. Now, why is that amazing? Yes, our skin always returns to its own natural pH level, but when you use products that are fighting that, like different product lines, or a product line hasn't tested to make sure that they're pH balanced to work together, your skin has to fight harder to do that. What happens when your skin has to fight harder to reach its natural pH level? It causes stress on your skin, and if you're acne prone, you're going to break out. So a lot of times people who are using several different brands, they're actually causing their skin to break out because of stress. Oh, Lynn, you made it on.
Yeah, I did.
So those are reasons why I want you to get excited about booking, not letting it get into your head like, oh, I'm asking them to do something for me. No, you are offering them something that no one else can offer. The other thing is, as you guys increase your education, do you know that you guys are actually educated more than the average cosmetologist or the average makeup artist that is out there in today's world selling their skills? You guys aren't selling your skills, you're only selling your products. And you guys actually have more education than that average person that's out there selling their skills. So I want you to feel good about that. So when you get on the phone to book, I want you to start with what's happening in your head. Again, they want what we're giving them. We just have to educate them to know that they want us. They want us. The other thing that I learned really early in my career is that my product line speaks for itself if I get it on their face. So I only have one job. I don't really have to sell this product. I never really have felt that I've had to do that. Thank goodness, because I'm a terrible salesperson. What I need to do is sell myself. I have to sell the fact that they want me as their beauty consultant, and they don't want to walk into Sephora, or they don't want to walk into Ulta, or they don't want to walk into the Dillard's makeup counter. They want me because they know that I'm going to take care of them. They know that I'm offering them 100% guarantee. They know that I'm going to work with them till I find something that works. As long as they work with me, I'm going to work with them. So you can tell my allergies are like driving me nuts today. I was sitting out on the deck. But you want to sell yourself. And don't really worry about selling the product. So you have a number one thing that you really have to learn in sales is you have to sell the appointment. You don't have to sell this product. You have to sell the appointment. And that's what booking is about, selling the appointment. What do you have to offer? So let's review. Number one, it starts in your head. You have to remember you have something nobody else can offer them. An American-made product that's delivered from manufacturing to them through you. You have the best selling, I mean, you have number 5 in the world. We're going to get back to the best selling brand in the US this year. I mean, it's inevitable with this new product line. It's going to happen. So we'll be able to be excited to claim that. We were able to claim that for almost 14 years after TimeWise came out the last time. So the same thing's going to happen. I know, Erica, breathe. We're going to get you taken care of. Erica, just a side note. I'm wondering if you might be sulfa or sulfur. You might have some intolerance to sulfur because the product that you put on for the formula you put on does have some sulfur in it. So that's the thing that I'm wondering if you responded to, and you might even check. We might check some of the other products that you've responded to and see if that's in there. Okay. So would you remind me to do a check on that? Just shoot me a text sometime and remind me. Okay. That's one of the ways that I found out what I was allergic to, is being to find out which products I react to and then find a commonality between those products. And then I realized I'm allergic to Quatarium 15, which really helped my life tremendously and all, because, you know, ingredients cross over between products from clothing to food to, you know, everything that we have. So if we can find that magic thing, then it can make our life easier.
Would I be able to look up the ingredients with the 3D versus my TimeWise now?
Yes, not as, I don't know if you can now. I need to look at it. You will eventually. I don't know if the 3D information is up to consultants yet. So it might be up to me, but it might not even be up to me yet. We might have to wait till the 12th.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about booking. Booking is all numbers. If you were in insurance, I would tell you that 1 out of 20 you book. That's the insurance numbers when people call to book an insurance appointment. Thank goodness we don't have that. Ours is about 1 out of 3 to 4 that we book. The better you get at selling yourself and the confidence that you have of what you have to offer them, the higher your numbers go. I really book about 1 out of 2 that I talk to. The company averages are about 1 out of 4. New consultant averages are usually higher than that because people will book to help you out. But that's where you hone your skills to where what you have to offer them so you can book. There's some general rules that I can tell you about booking. I don't really believe in scripts, but if you need a script, then you ask me for scripts. I will give you scripts and then say them out loud in front of the mirror until they become your words, and then throw away the scripts, because I really don't believe in scripts. I think people are, I mean, we even get electronic scripts now where people call us and there's an electronic script and they're made to, I don't know if you guys have realized that a lot of the times when you're talking to someone, it's just an electronic voice, and they're programmed to respond to what you say and what script comes out of the electronic voice. We're tired of that, right? I mean,
yeah.
We want real people satisfying our needs, but there are some key things to put into your vocabulary to get people to respond. The first thing is, I believe in asking for people's time. So when I get on the phone, I want to say, you got a minute? Just taking a minute. I'm excited to tell you, and I share with them why I'm calling. Now, I think that this is important. Do you know that my friends can even tell the difference between my business voice and my my personal voice? And one of the things that I learned early on, if I was booking people that I knew, I called and I told them up front why I was calling. And so I would say something like, Cindy, it's Mary Beth, and I can't wait to catch up. But before we do that, I want to tell you why I'm calling. A lot of people flip that around and they call and they chit chat and then they try to slip Mary Kay in. to me, I think that people feel a little bit more used that way. And then they think you're calling them just for that reason. Well, you are calling them for that reason. So be upfront about it. And I think when you are authentic and upfront about things, people respond to that. So, or I might call Beth. I can't wait to hear about the grandkids, but I'm calling you first to tell you about this new exciting product that we have. So then if we're done, then I ask her about the grandkids, or I ask her about her kids, or I ask about what's going on. So tell me about Tate, or tell me about, whatever. So does that kind of, the thing that it does is it takes the pressure off you too, because otherwise the entire time you're having that chit chat conversation with them, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, when can I slip it in? When can I slip it in? When can I slip it in? And then you're not authentic through the entire conversation. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yep.
So I want you to remember that. So ask for their time. Tell them why you're calling. I believe that's kind of a rule in booking. The next thing is make sure that you have your schedule in front of you and you know when you can book. And then you control the booking time. The worst thing that you can do on a conversation is say, would you like to get together? Or when would you like to get together? Those are two things. Get out of your vocabulary. Because when you do that, if I say to you, Lynn, would you like to get together? I'm giving you a way. I am not. I'm giving you a way to say no. Okay? Or I make your brain go, I don't know when I could get together. Especially if I say, Erica, when can we get together? Or Jen, when can we get together? Your brain starts going, I don't know, I got this going on, I got this going on, I got this going on. And what happens in your brain is you start looking at where you're busy. Mm-hmm. But if I control the situation and I say, Lynn, I've got Wednesday night or Friday night available, which is better for you? What happens? Where does your brain go?
Right to those days.
Right to those days. And what are you looking for? You're looking for empty space instead of busy space, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So then your brain isn't concentrating on busy, it's concentrating on emptiness. So you're doing them a good disservice. I know you're thinking you're being, you're facilitating their schedules when you ask them when it's good for them, but you're not. I mean, and I'm gonna use this for an example. How many of you, when you call to get your hair done, does it drive you nuts when they say, when do you want to come in? Because you're going, well, I'm calling you because I want to come in now. So instead,
I always tell my hair lady, I was like, hey, this is what I have. Can you get me in?
Right. Or you want to say, when is she available, so you can see when that would fit into your schedule, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, because when they say, when do you want to come in, you're going, and you don't know where to go in your schedule, right?
And you're like,
exactly.
What?
Exactly. So if they would say to you, well, great, Tracy has available this time, or this time in the next 2 weeks, which of those times work for you, then I know exactly where to go on my schedule, and I can see if they can work. If they don't, then I can say, no, those don't work for me. I had this time or this time. Can she arrange either one of those times? And then usually we can come up with a compatible time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're doing them an injustice if you don't take control of the time slots. You can always change your time availability if you choose to. Now, why I think that that's important, I think it's important for you to take your schedules, and I think it's important for you to block out the times you're not available. So if you're doing something else, you ink those in. Like if you have another job, you ink those in that time slot. And then if there's something that you would like to maybe do, but oh, you know what, you'd be willing to book during that time, pencil them in. Let me give you an example. Especially when I was a pretty new consultant. My mom was a pretty new consultant too, and we were doing this together. And I had just quit my job, and she had just quit her job. So she likes to shop. I don't like to shop. And so she would call me, and she'd say, oh, you want to go shopping? And I would pencil her in. I'd say, Mama, pencil that in. Now, we knew that that was code that we would pencil it in. And if there was something came up, like a booking came up that we wanted to do, then we would erase that and put an appointment in. Okay, so penciling it in to us, that was code that, you know what, I'm not totally committing, but I'm putting it on my date book.
Yep.
Okay.
I do that with daycare.
Oh, hi.
Sorry.
So if there's something that you want to pencil that in, knowing that in your mind, I can change that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you know where to guide them, you can guide them. So what you don't want people to know is that your books are completely free, because people like to book with busy people because they think that you're more professional when you're busy. So you guide them. I've got this time or this time. And
Yep.
if they need another time and you've got something else booked, then you can evaluate. Do I, number one, want to double book? How firm do I think this other booking is? Number two, is this an appointment I can change? Or number three, is this rock solid and I can't do it? And then you have control of your schedule also, but it relieves them. So anytime you're giving them, guiding them into booking, you give them a choice all the way down to the time. So which would be better, 6:30 or 7 or 6 or 7, whatever. Give her a time. Don't ever say, okay, well then when do you want to get together? Because again, her brain goes, because she's got to make a decision. Do you know how many decisions as women we have to make a day? Trillions of decisions all day long. Take those decisions away from her and guide her to where you want. Make her life stress-free. So you only have to sell that booking. When you get in front of her, you only have to sell yourself and your services. I'm here for you whenever you need something. I can get Products DX this quickly, just whatever. You get to the point that you sell yourself when you get into that appointment. So a booking is just selling the appointment. You don't have to sell the products. You don't have to overcome any objections. You just have to sell the appointment. So if you get an objection like, you know what? I tried Mary Kay, I broke out. Well, you know what? I would love to sit in front of you and just find something that does work for you. Get your opinion on a new product or ask them how they broke out. So tell me, how did you break out? What happened? Okay, do you remember what you used? How long ago was it? Do you have problems with other products too? Because I'm going to tell you what, people don't just break out to Mary Kay. And if they break out to Mary Kay, they don't break out to our entire product line. We know that because some of us here have sensitivities to some of our product line. I would love to use the #1 eye makeup remover in the world, our eye makeup remover. I can't use the #1 eye makeup remover in the world. Does that mean that there's something wrong with the #1 eye makeup remover in the world? No. It means it contains
a certain ingredient.
Right. An ingredient that I have a problem with. Okay. So again, if you get confident in that when people say that, now why do people sometimes break out to Mary Kay? Sometimes it's because the consultant overwhelms them and puts too much product on them at one time. Sometimes it's because they've never used a skincare line and Mary Kay has been the first introduction to a skincare line, and they're going to break out because they've never used skincare before and they have a bunch of crud in their skin. Sometimes they break out because it's a new product and their skin, they've used whatever for a long time, and just the change can cause a little bit of a trauma. That doesn't mean it isn't better for them. Sometimes they can break out because there's an ingredient in there, so it depends on how did they break out. If they got a few pimples and a few breakouts, it's because they are A, not using it correctly, B, they have a mess in their skin that they need to get out, or C, they're on the wrong formulation. Basically, that's really the only thing that causes blemishes to happen. It doesn't mean they're allergic to Mary Kay or that they can't use Mary Kay, but some people aren't willing to work through that, and that's okay. Great, make them happy. Make them happy. And give them an opportunity to come back some other time. But most of the time, if they're allergic, I'm going to tell you what, if they're truly allergic, they struggle with a lot of different things, and they're going to be excited to have a beauty consultant that's going to be willing to help find what she needs, what they need, and then help them and keep track of what products will work for them because they're allergic. So for instance, what night was that? Wednesday night. Wednesday night,
use me as an example.
Was allergic to the Miracle Set. The last Miracle Set she put on, instantly she broke out. Instantly she started itching. She couldn't use the previous Miracle Set. Now she couldn't use either formulas, so most likely it was in either the day or the night solution, and that consultant or she didn't want to work to find out which one it was. So whatever. So she was allergic to Mary Kay. And so when she came in front of me to test, I did acknowledge that, and I made her feel comfortable about that. Okay, then let's not just put this all over your face. Tell me what you're currently using. Well, I really struggle. Okay, so I got that out. I really struggle. I don't know what to use. I'm afraid to put anything on my face because I'm afraid I'm going to break out.
Overwhelmed.
Okay. Right. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's start with patch testing this right here. Great. How does that feel? Okay, let's take the moisturizer. Let's patch test that on the other side. Okay, great. Now let's do it together. Let's do the cleanser and the moisturizer together. Any problems? No. Okay. Well, I want you to not do anything else until tomorrow morning. And I squeezed some things on her tray. I said, take this home. Tomorrow morning, let's try it all over your face. See, if you still have nothing tomorrow morning, let's use it all over the face. By the afternoon, she was texting me and saying, oh my gosh, my skin's never felt like this before. I've not ever been able to just put a skincare line on my face like this before. I'm so excited. Okay, so she went from, I would never book, I will never use Mary Kay because I break out from Mary Kay, to I'm excited. So guess what she's going to tell her friends? I tried this new Mary Kay product. I can use it. Because you know what she was telling her friends?
Nope.
She was telling her friends, because all of her friends would not book because all of her friends were allergic too.
Yep.
Okay.
Follow the leader.
Right. Now, were all of her friends allergic to Mary Kay? No. Her friends were allergic to Mary Kay because she was allergic to Mary Kay.
Yep.
So, but the thing is, a lot of times we maybe discount that. Don't discount it. If they had a reaction, they had a reaction. Okay, well, let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. Let's find out so you don't have to deal with this when you walk in. And, even if you decide not to use my products, maybe I can help you find a commonality between what's causing you issues. So when you take that approach, suddenly you take their defensiveness away. And it opens them up to possibilities. Okay, so that's really the number one. Don't you think that's the number one objection you get?
Yeah.
Well, and one of the reasons why you get that is Mary Kay's been around for 50 years. Brand X that they're picking up has not. It's been out for maybe 6 months. So, there are going to be people that are allergic to that brand too, but in 6 months, they haven't had 1 million people try that product.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. So, okay. Mary Beth?
Yes.
I have when I was doing Mary Kay before, I had a girl, and she said that her face started breaking out with the Miracle Set.
Okay.
So something changed in her body, right?
Right, right. So if she used it for a long period of time and suddenly she's breaking out, most likely she's had a hormonal change. So
And
what
so-
then you have to do is adjust the product, or sometimes it's just giving them some type of supplement to get them through that hormonal change until they level out again. So did she break out? I'm assuming she started breaking out in acne or pimples.
I assume so. I don't know for sure.
Okay.
But
That's a good question. Because if she started itching and breaking out from it, then what I can tell you this, that we don't, there's only a few ingredients that you actually develop an allergy to. One of them is a benzoyl peroxide, which is in acne prone products. But most of the time you don't develop an allergy to a product. You have a sensitivity to it from the time you started. But then after using it for a long period of time, your body your skin has a memory, and every time you use it, you go back to that memory, and then pretty soon your body just can't tolerate it anymore. That's why allergies get worse the older we are.
What was that acne?
What, excuse me?
What was that acne ingredient that you said?
Benzoyl peroxide. And the only thing that benzoyl peroxide is in our line is in the acne treatment gel. But so for instance, in Proactive, benzoyl peroxide is in their entire, it's in everything. It's a very powerful, very good ingredient, but it's one ingredient people can develop an allergy to. There's very few ingredients that you develop. So what happens is you just stop being able to tolerate it. And then all of a sudden you have a breakout, or you have a reaction to it. Once you have a reaction, you're going to start from that reaction each time you use that product. So then that means that you need to switch a product line with her. You need to take her to a product line. Now, all of our products work together. So for instance, when Erica had a problem when she put on the cleanser was what you had the problem with, right?
Cleanser and the day solution.
And the day moisturizer.
Yeah.
So when you have a problem, then you would realize, okay, then that particular line isn't going to work for her. But that doesn't mean Repair wouldn't work for her, or that doesn't mean Botanicals wouldn't work for her. So then you just, and sometimes you're going to mix them together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so maybe if they're dealing with problems, then maybe you're going to end up with maybe a cleanser from Repair and a moisturizer from Botanicals, or a moisturizer from something else. So that's why they're so lucky to have you as a beauty consultant.
Yeah.
And that's all part of booking. So booking is just acknowledging. It's not just coming up with overcoming objections. It's acknowledging the objection and having them overcome the objection. So are you happy with the fact that you have a difficult time not finding a product that works for you? Would it be helpful to have somebody that can help you through that and guide you through that? That's what my job is.
Mm-hmm.
So that changes the conversation to you do truly become their beauty consultant instead of becoming a salesperson. Does that make sense? And then they see you completely differently, and then they're excited to book for you. Most of my bookings at this point in my career come from my customers referring me to somebody. And so most of my bookings come from the fact that I have developed that relationship and they are selling me. They're selling me. So, you don't have that developed yet. So what you need to do is just step in and sell you and sell that appointment. And then when you get in front of them, just listen and solve their problems. So if they have an objection to booking, if time is an issue, then you say something like, Erica, that's exactly why I called you, because I know between the kids and you running your business, you run yourself ragged. And I want to offer my services to you so I can be the one that takes care of you and comes and helps you, and plus so you can have a little fun in your life.
Yeah.
Now, how did that feel, Erica, when I said that?
Rick off the shoulder.
Yeah, like, oh, great. Okay, she's there to help me instead of, oh, she's asking me for a party.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
See the difference? When
Yeah.
you guys get that down, I tell you what, there's nothing that's going to stop you. When you get it in your head that you're servicing them, and then you find a way to help them understand what you truly have to offer, your future, your business is unlimited.
So do we, Mary Beth, do we start
Yes.
out, I'd like to service you, or?
Right, correct. If you're really busy. Breaking out and busy, aren't those your two objections you get? Really? I mean, if you're talking to people, those are the two objections. So that's exactly why I called you, Lynn. Because I know how busy you are. And I want to be the one that helps you with that. I want to be the one that can bring your beauty needs to you so you're not wasting time searching them out. Plus, I want to bring a little fun into your life. You know, so that, and then you can go back to, so if, you know, right now, tell me what are your biggest skincare needs? What do you think your skin, you know, what type of beauty, if I could offer you these 3 beauty treatments, which one, you know, detox rejuvenation, exfoliation through microdermabrasion, or a facial peel, which one of those beauty treatments do you feel would be most luxurious to you right now? So what you're doing is you're taking them beyond the booking and you're finding their need, right?
Yeah,
So
right.
you find her need and she says, oh my gosh, detox and rejuvenation really sounds like something I'd want. Great. I want to bring that to you. Now, do you want to do that alone, or do you want to get a bottle of wine and invite a couple friends? You know? Okay, now what has that done to her?
It opened her up.
What does that make you think?
It opened her up to want to book a party.
Relaxation. It's not like, oh my gosh, I'm booking a Mary Kay party. Instead, it's, oh my gosh, I'm going to get a detox and rejuvenation treatment. And you know what? Won't it be fun to have a couple friends join me? So, okay, does this make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And does it take
Right.
some of the fear out of booking?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's why I believe in throwing away scripts and just finding their need and satisfying their need. Okay, now I want to leave you with one thing. It's numbers, numbers, numbers. Don't let the no's get to you. If sales is the most lucrative business, it's where the most people can build wealth the quickest. Everything in this economy, everything relies on a sale. Even people who think that they are just totally in a service situation, even ministry, everything determines a sale. It all comes down to a sale. So get that out of your head, that you're a salesperson. It is the most lucrative way. It is the biggest way to create wealth in the world. So I want you to get excited about that. But if it was, it's very simple. Mary Kay is very simple. Book, coach them, find their need. Very simple. Very simple. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Why isn't it easy? Because you have to learn to take rejection. You have to learn to know that when they say no, they're not rejecting you. They're saying no because you haven't quite found their need. And once you find their need, they're going to say yes. So they're not rejecting you. It's just in their head, it's not connecting. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you let it go and you come back at a different time. And I'm going to leave you with one story. And I want you to keep this in mind when you're booking. This is a no story. When I first started my business, my husband was friends with this couple that was probably about 10 years older than we were. And her name was Patty. And she was a very high I. And if you guys know what that means, when I talk about the DIS, she knew a lot of people. She liked people. She talked to a lot of people. So I wanted to book her, right? Because I'm not an I. I didn't know a lot of people. So I wanted to book her. So I called Patty, and I was really excited. And this is what I said. I said, Patty, I'm so excited. I just quit my job to do Mary Kay. I would love to pamper you with a facial. And she said, what the blank did you do that for? I'm not interested. Now,
Oh my.
and okay, so this, I'm an introvert, this is, she's an, so I hang up the phone, and what did I do? Okay, so, I mean, I really kind of took it personally, right?
Oh, yeah, because it hit you.
Right. Okay. So it was probably about 2 months later, we were at a social engagement at a party, and she's sitting around. Of course, she's talking to everybody. She's talking to everybody. And somebody else said to me, because I'm sitting there, Mary Beth, I am loving my products. I mean, oh my gosh, thank you for the facial. I just love them. And she said, what's that about? And I said, well, I told you I was the Mary Kay. I gave her a facial. Well, I want a facial.
What? You just said what?
Okay. So she leaves, the table, because she's on to talking to somebody else. And I turned to this person. I said, I called her and offered a facial, and she said, what the blank were you doing? And no, she's not interested. And the gal said, well, when was that? And I said, well, 2 months ago. And she goes, well, 2 months ago, her and her husband both worked for the same company. And 2 months ago, they were on notice to both get laid off. And all she heard was, I quit my job. And that's where her brain was at that particular moment. She didn't even hear anything else.
No.
So it's all about them. When they say no, it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do about what's going on in their head. And I want you to remember that. People aren't rejecting you. They're rejecting whatever is going, or they're dealing with whatever is going on in their head. Okay? Okay. Have a great weekend.
Thank you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
So did you get her?
Yeah, she did. She booked. She was on the products for, yeah. She loved them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Funny, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
So just have to remember that.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, before you leave, what's one thing you're going to take away from this? Lynn, one thing.
Oh God.
Booking.
Okay. I want you to set a goal. How many faces do you want to do in May? Okay. And send that text to me. How many faces are you going to do in May? I want you to think about that this morning. Text that to me.
Okay.
Yeah. What's one thing that you are taking away from this?
Me, right? You said Jen, didn't you? I think I'm going to be, I haven't actually booked anything. I've been lucky enough to have some friends and childcare families that have helped me. Mm-hmm. And when I move to Florida here in about 3 weeks, I think I'm going to take what you said about trying to make it more natural conversation.
Good.
Than trying to sell something right away, to kind of make that connection.
Good.
First, and then be more concrete about what I'm asking for. Correct.
And finding through conversation, finding their needs. That's really everything. That's just like our last week when we were talking about recruiting. That's what everything is. Finding their need and satisfying it. Okay, Erica, one thing you're going to take away.
The reactions. And just because I'm still shocked with the 3D. I am.
Right.
But also the fact of, reaching out to, I already did Mary Kay and this. I'm like, well, we've changed. No. I'm going to push it more.
Erica, can you let me know what date you can get back to Omaha?
Well, I
Yes?
have my car home.
Oh, I know, I saw that on Facebook. But let me know when you can get back here, because I want to test the other formula on you. So
Okay.
the combination oily, because that does not contain sulfur. And then if you don't break out, we know that. And
Okay.
if you do, we're just going to test patch it. If you do, then we know we have to go, then it's probably the resveratrol. So that would give us a really good indication of what it is that you're sensitive to. Okay?
I plan on, if I can get my car back home for the second time, the 10th. I'm going to try if I can get my car out.
Okay.
And if I can bring in a couple people too.
Perfect. Okay.
That's
Sounds
my
good.
goal for the month.
Okay. I know, Jen, it's hard for you to book a face goal right now just because you're moving, but
But I was so excited. I just got up to my 225 in retail again,
I know you did.
or in wholesale, and I'm placing one more order today. So I'm really happy about that.
See, and you were concerned about that, and heck, you're doing it every month.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that.
So,
Now,
and
it's
you're not
happened
even
naturally.
moving.
I know I'm lucky because I haven't done much effort to, like I said, book anything yet. But
Isn't that great to know that you can do that without even effort? So that's not even going to be a thing you have to worry about.
yeah, I hope so.
So, okay. So Erica, I want a face goal from you. Text to me for May. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. You guys have a great weekend.
You
Thanks.
too.
Bye.
Bye.